Once upon a time, in a small, bustling village, there lived a little boy named Ben. Ben was kind-hearted and full of dreams, but he often felt too small and too young to make a difference. The older kids in the village were strong and skilled. They carried heavy buckets of water, built wooden fences, and helped with the harvest. Ben wanted to help too, but whenever he tried, the others would say, "You're too little, Ben. Leave it to us." One summer day, the sun blazed hotter than ever before. The villagers were worried because their crops were wilting under the scorching heat. "If it doesn't rain soon, our plants will die," said Mrs. Willow, the baker. Everyone looked up at the cloudless sky and sighed. Ben overheard their concerns as he was walking by the parched farm. He wanted to help more than ever. But what could a little boy like him do? He thought hard and remembered something his grandmother had once told him. Even small hands can do big things if you use them wisely. That gave Ben an idea. He grabbed his little wooden bucket and ran to the river at the edge of the village. The bucket wasn't big, just enough for him to carry, but Ben didn't let that stop him. He filled it with water and hurried back to the fields. Carefully, he poured the water onto a patch of thirsty plants. The older kids saw him and laughed. "What are you doing, Ben? That tiny bucket won't save the crops." But Ben didn't stop. He ran back to the river, filled his bucket again, and returned to water another patch of plants. He kept on repeating. Soon, something amazing happened. The villagers noticed Ben's determination and felt inspired by his effort. One by one, they picked up their own buckets, big and small, and joined him at the river. Together, they all bring their own buckets of water and water the plants until every plant in the field had been watered. By sunset, the once dry fields were glistening with life again. The villagers cheered and clapped for Ben. "You may be small, but your heart is as big as this whole village," said Mrs. Willow. Ben beamed with pride as everyone celebrated together. From that day on, whenever someone doubted their ability to make a difference, they would remember how one little boy had inspired an entire village.
Message: no matter how small or young you are, your actions can inspire others and create big changes.